The most elusive and enigmatic personality type, the Sigma INFJ, has long been the subject of numerous inquiries. But at last, you can learn everything you've always wanted to know about them. These are a Sigma INFJ's 7 startling admissions. The struggle for self-care is number 7. Yes, Sigma INFJs find it difficult to look after themselves. Sigma INFJs may have a reputation for being compassionate people who prioritize the needs of those around them over their own. Beneath this selfless exterior, though, is a startling, unwavering desire to have a significant impact on the world that frequently eclipses their well-being. This discovery calls into question their purported altruism. The struggle of the Sigma INFJ is rooted in their innate desire to bring about constructive change. Their idealistic vision pushes them to devote their time and energy to causes they support, leaving little time for self-care. This struggle, in spite of their compassion, can result in emotional exhaustion and burnout. The startling thing is that the damage this does to their inner selves can be concealed by their external strength. For their general well-being, it is imperative that they find a balance between their selfless goals and the need for self-care. The complexity of relationships is number 6. Sigma INFJs can come across as reticent and elusive at first, but looking closer reveals a rich tapestry of feelings and ideas hidden beneath the surface. Because of their introverted and intuitive personality, they choose carefully who they let into their lives, which frequently results in deep and meaningful relationships. The strange part is discovering that their intricacy is actually the result of a deep-seated yearning for authenticity rather than aloofness. Sigma INFJs are drawn to relationships that go beyond surface-level interactions. They are looking for meaningful conversations that are in line with their deepest self. However, this information also highlights how difficult it is to maintain trust and how any betrayal could hinder their ability to build new relationships. This contrast between vulnerability and depth can make people cautious and force them to dance delicately between disclosing and keeping their real selves hidden. Understanding their complexity in relationships provides a deep comprehension of their distinct viewpoint. They can create deeper connections and open the door to understanding and growth by acknowledging the breadth of their emotional terrain and the importance they place on real connections. The intuitive mind is number 5. What many find surprising is that the Sigma INFJ has an exceptionally intuitive mind hidden beneath their outward appearance. This facet of their personality results from the complex interactions between their innate qualities, which give them a distinct viewpoint on the world. Beyond average intuitive ability is possessed by Sigma INFJs. Their ability to pick up on minute details, predict results, and understand the unsaid frequently astounds people. Their introverted personality and intuitive insight combine to enable them to think critically and make connections between seemingly unrelated ideas. The surprising thing is how their creative endeavors and perception of people are influenced by their intuition. Sigma INFJs frequently use their intuitive minds to solve challenging puzzles, produce original art, and reach novel conclusions. Because of this, they seem almost clairvoyant as they move through life in a way that frequently defies explanation. But this disclosure also exposes their intuitive mind's weakness. They may become mentally and emotionally exhausted due to the constant barrage of new knowledge and revelations. It becomes a constant struggle for them to strike a balance between their intuitive abilities and the necessity of self-care. The idealist with a vision is number 4. The core of the Sigma INFJ vision is an unwavering faith in the possibility of good change. Their profound empathy and innate comprehension of the human condition serve as the foundation for this belief. Sigma INFJs have a special capacity to look past outward appearances and see the potential that lies within society, as well as people's innate goodness. They are also driven by a desire for authenticity and a dissatisfaction with relationships that are surface level. Sigma INFJs are driven to align themselves with causes that align with their values because they yearn for meaningful connections and purposeful endeavors. But the real obstacle to their idealistic vision is the distance between their goals and the complexity of the real world. It can be emotionally draining to work toward significant change while overcoming implementation's practical obstacles. The third is the attitude of the lone wolf. Contrary to popular belief, Sigma INFJs are not antisocial. Rather, they find comfort and strength in being by themselves. Their deep need for privacy and reflection gives rise to their lone wolf mentality. They can digest their complex ideas, come up with original ideas, and replenish their emotional reserves in this quiet time. This preference for isolation, though, is sometimes misinterpreted as aloofness or a lack of social skills. The lone wolf mentality of Sigma INFJs is actually a result of their desire for meaningful connections rather than their antisocial tendencies. They seek meaningful connections that are consistent with who they truly are, placing a higher value on quality than quantity. This insight is an essential part of Sigma INFJ's self-discovery and personal development, even though it may come as a shock to those who have a bad opinion of the lone wolf mentality. When they do choose to interact with others, a more sincere connection and a deeper understanding of their complex inner world can result from acknowledging and respecting their need for solitude. The second is the emotional depths that are hidden. Sigma INFJs have a deep and intense emotional world, despite their outward appearance of calmness and composure. They can sense emotions beyond what is readily apparent because of their natural sensitivity and intuitiveness. They frequently pick up on the emotional undercurrent that others might miss. Their creative endeavors are motivated by this increased emotional awareness, which enables them to express their feelings via writing, art, and other mediums. The startling thing is how adept they are at hiding their feelings when called for. Others may undervalue how strongly they feel because of their capacity to regulate how they express their emotions. Only those they truly trust deeply can truly see into the depths of their emotions, as Sigma INFJs tend to value privacy and vulnerability. Understanding their hidden emotional depths dispels stereotypes about reserved people. Realizing that beneath their composed exterior lies a sea of deep emotions promotes more genuine connections, where the beauty of their emotional complexity can be recognized and honored. First up, the adaptability mask. What often catches people off guard when they meet them is that beneath the mysterious Sigma INFJ personality type is a remarkable mask of adaptability. This characteristic shapes how they move through various social environments and is the result of a special fusion of their innate attributes. Sigma INFJs have a remarkable capacity to change into different personas and social contexts with ease. Their introverted disposition, which encourages them to pay close attention to and evaluate their surroundings, and their intuitive grasp of human behavior are the sources of their adaptability. They pick and choose which interactions to engage in, exposing various aspects of their personalities depending on the situation. The idea that introverts are set in their ways is called into question by this discovery. While appreciating their uniqueness, Sigma INFJs understand the value of adaptability in forming relationships and accomplishing their objectives. However, as they walk the tightrope between being authentic and fitting in with society's expectations, this facade of adaptability can also cause internal conflicts. Understanding this mask helps one to appreciate their complexity on a deeper level. They are not just chameleons, rather, they are people who deliberately use their adaptability to forge deep bonds and spur positive change, leaving a lasting impression on those who are lucky enough to come into contact with them. How else, as a Sigma INFJ, can you blend in without losing your uniqueness? INFJs who identify as Sigmas are both intriguing and enigmatic. They struggle with issues that most people can't relate to because they see the world through a different lens and navigate a complex environment. However, as a Sigma INFJ, how can you learn more about yourself, and what other traits do you conceal from others, what you wish to admit to them?